Traitor, national scum, selling out his country and his conscience. This is how China describes Hong Kong's most famous media mogul. Jimmy Lai has been a thorn in the side of China's Communist Party for decades, fighting for his city's freedoms. But now Beijing has this 72-year-old firmly in its sights.
With a dictatorship, freedom is not free. And this is a price we have to be ready for.
Last month, he was one of 15 activists to be arrested, along with the founding father of Hong Kong's democracy, 81-year-old Martin Lee. Lai, who owns the Apple Daily newspaper, was charged with organising and participating in an illegal assembly last August and intimidating a pro-Beijing reporter back in 2017. Rights groups call the arrests an attempt to silence the pro-democracy movement. While he can't discuss the charges, this tycoon says he won't be scared or intimidated by the CCP, and nor should Hong Kong protesters. Despite China's plans to enforce a controversial national security law it says is needed for its sovereignty and to fight what it calls terrorism.
I can't have fear. If I have a fear, I have to think about the consequences of whatever I do.
On Sunday, thousands of protesters poured onto the streets, the first real demonstration for 2020 since COVID-19. Voicing their opposition to this proposed legislation, banning treason, secession, sedition and subversion, ultimately criminalising the protests that roiled Hong Kong since June last year.
Have you been arrested? Yes. What have you been arrested for?
A normal assembly.
While demonstrations were smaller than expected, police showed zero tolerance, arresting more than 180 people, mostly for unlawful assembly. Having just set up his Twitter account on the weekend, Mr. Lai appealed to Hong Kongers, tweeting, "It's time to sacrifice. Are we prepared to sacrifice blood and tears for our future freedom? I am." As one of the most prominent members of Hong Kong's pro-democracy movement, Jimmy Lai has always had a target on his back. His arrest last month, proof of that. But under China's new security law, he believes his media organisation, the city's most vocal opposition newspaper, will be shut down. And he could very well be spending his future behind bars. With Hong Kong now at risk of losing its freedom, autonomy and rule of law, Mr. Lai issued an SOS to the US president, printing this letter on the front page of his newspaper. Despite America's strained relationship with China in the midst of COVID-19 and the tenuous trade deal, Mr. Lai believes the CCP will listen to Donald Trump.
Mr. President, you're the only one who can save us. If you save us and stop China's aggression, you also save the world.
He knows it's a long shot, but one he's willing to take for his life's crusade. And despite having British citizenship, Jimmy Lai says he isn't going anywhere.
I would not leave because I'm one of the troublemaker. I can't make trouble and go away. All my life will be waste if I do that.